Hello, good morning. Cheers to another new vlog. I haven't talked to you in a minute. I had summer camp and then last week I was sick because of course I spent 5 days with children, and by Friday I was already feeling it. I was like, this is so cliche, it's not even funny, but I am back. So hello, happy Sunday, July 19th. This is unfortunately my last week of summer, and I thought it would be nice just to have you along. Right now I'm in my children's church room just getting things ready for this morning, so I already made sure that like the nursery's all prepped and everything in here is ready for today. And so now I'm going on to like my next things. I always start with like make sure today's good, and then I'll look forward. So I need to schedule some people out for the next couple weeks, and then if I have any more time, I probably won't because I think I'm only down to 10 minutes. Then I start working on like lessons for future days, and if I don't get to them, then I'll do them this week and it'll be fun. This week my master plan is I have a little bit of stuff to do, which I'm hoping to get done today and tomorrow, and then honestly I just want to do all the summery things this week. So I have crafts on the line, and I have pool time, and I have a beach day planned, and we're just gonna have a good time is the plan. I do have a few things to do. I'm gonna put you down. I have been working on getting blog posts posted. So I had 4 goals for the summer. Well, that didn't work. I had 4 goals for the summer. They're almost all done. Number 1 was to get my book sent to the publisher. So I sent my kid's book to the publisher a few weeks ago. I'm waiting to hear back. From what I have found, it's a very long process. So basically I'm just waiting for them to tell me no. And once they tell me no, then I'll send it to more publishers and it'll be fine. I don't say that to be disparaging. I said that to someone and they were like, oh, I'm sure it's a great book, and like, you shouldn't like talk about yourself like that. I'm like, no. It's not because I don't think it's good. It's because of the publishing world, and I don't want to get my hopes up. So I'm anticipating a no, and then we'll move on from there. That was number 1. Number 2 was to get my curriculum up and published, and it is done, and I have already sold at least 5, which is amazing because it's July, so it's the first grade curriculum, and I'm just so excited that it is posted. I'm trying to see if I can see. Yes, apply. I have my computer here, so I was like, I'll just look it up. Apply, not earnings. I want units sold. I've sold 8, which is fantastic because 1, it's July, and 2, it's expensive because it's a whole year curriculum. So we love that. So those were my 2 big ones. So now I'm on my 2 smaller ones. Blog posts posted. I have a few more to get ready, and I think I'm just gonna call it whatever's done by tomorrow is what's gonna get done. And then once they're all done, I have to schedule them all out because I like to know what I have before I schedule them. And then working on ads. So I had a meeting with an ad specialist. She's got me set up. I have a few things I do need to do this week to like get that sorted. I don't know that we're gonna start it this week, but we're at least making plans. So the last 2 I am still working on, but they are shorter. So welcome to my week. Hello, happy Monday. It's been quite a whirlwind. Yesterday I had church. I showed a few little clips of that. We had 13 kiddos, which is pretty good. For a really long time we averaged like 8, and then the last couple weeks we've been averaging more like 12, which is great. Having more kids is good. Church growing is good, but it can be a little bit like, whew, that's a lot. Thankfully yesterday went really well, so all was good. Came home, did a lot of work. I got the last of my blog posts ready. I actually technically I got as many as I decided I was going to get done, because I think I have 2 or 3 that are typed out that I did not get scheduled yet. But honestly, I got to the point where I was like, okay, and we're just gonna be done because I'm done. So next year, when I get vlogs ready for the next year, I will have 2 or 3 already typed out. So I will be ahead of the game in that case, and it will be fine. So typically I do that towards like the end of the school year. I'll type out my vlogs and then I get them ready. These are actually the ones I typed out last year because getting my blog post scheduled was on my list to do after I finished my first grade curriculum, which I did not finish until a couple weeks ago. So I really didn't have many blog posts last year. I did a few like throughout the year that I like wanted to make sure that I posted. So I had a few, but this year it will be much more like consistent, which is glorious. I might add some. I'm thinking about doing something, but we shall see. It's not a today problem. So I got the rest of those ready to go. And then we went to dinner at his grandparents for his granddad's birthday. And then today I went to bar class. I was really nervous because I haven't been in 2 weeks because I told you I had a week of summer camp, which I did work out when I got home from summer camp, but I didn't go to bar class. I just did workouts here, which is just not the same. Even if I do bar workouts, it's just not the same. And then last week I was sick, so I didn't work out at all. It was just a cold. It wasn't that bad. I just felt like very ugh. And since I didn't technically need to do anything, I did very little. I did a lot of laying on the couch. I spent like a whole day watching TV, which I never, ever, 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 ever do. I did do like computer work. Actually, the day I watched TV, I grabbed my computer and I was like, I didn't want to work. And I was like, I'm going to work while watching TV to trick myself, you know? And then I opened it up and the battery was dead. And I was like, cannot get up to go plug this in. So I was like, it's gonna have to just be fine. So all of that being said, the reality is not always what it is. So I was really worried about bar class this morning. Actually, it went really well, so that was good. I was worried about like not being able to keep up, but all good. So that's fabulous. And then I went to a lady from my church who has a pool, and so I went over and hung out with her and swam in her pool for a while. And then picked up the groceries, and now we're home and showered, and it is 4 o'clock. So you're all nice and caught up now. Unfortunately, I do have quite a few little things to do. I need to do a little bit of cleaning, not a ton of cleaning, but I need to like tidy up downstairs, vacuum, and probably clean the bathroom because our pastor's stopping by. Not for anything bad, just to stop by and chat. But I always like to just, you know, make sure everything looks nice when people are coming. So just a couple things I need to like pick up, vacuum because dog, bathroom, and then I'll need to vacuum the couch, but I can't do that until like the last second. I've got laundry going, and then I do need to do some stuff on my computer. I need to write some emails, which does really need to happen, but it's already 4 o'clock, so I don't know what I need to do. And then I need to get some ad stuff ready for Kendra. I told you I had 4 things to work on this summer. The book is sent to the publishers, check. The first grade curriculum is posted, check. Blog posts are scheduled, check. So my last one is, well, my idea was I wanted to run an ad before the end of the year, or before the end of the summer, which is probably not going to happen. But I need to do some stuff to send to my ads manager, and then we'll schedule a call, and she's gonna like walk me through everything. So I need to do some stuff for her, and I need to write some emails, which I do really need to do today. I mean, I guess I could do them tomorrow. It wouldn't be the end of the world if I did them tomorrow. We'll see. I also would really like some coffee because I haven't had any coffee today. So I'm kind of thinking I might have some coffee and do some work, and then I'll clean up. Okay? And I told you I'm off this week. This is my week off. So really, once I get the stuff sent to her and I get the emails ready, I'm like done for the week. And like the least amount of cleaning. This is my last week, so I was like, I am on vacation this week, so I'm gonna try to get everything
work-wise done as soon as possible so that I can just enjoy my life. So in the meantime, pool days, all that good stuff. So that is what I'm up to today. Tomorrow I don't have any plans. I will probably go to the pool. I might go to the library. I might go to Barnes & Noble. I might go to Home Depot. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see where the day takes us. But that's the vibe. I have some crafts I would like to do this week. I would like to spend a lot of time painting this week. I'm trying to think through like what are the things I'm gonna miss when school starts. Pool is like absolute number one because I will not go to the pool when school starts, because even though I can go in the evening, like there's too many people there. Not my vibe. I like it when it's empty, which is at 10 o'clock in the morning. So here we are. And then I'll miss like time to paint and time to read and like the random like, oh, I'm just gonna go to Home Depot, you know, like that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to get my crafts in, get my reading in, all that good stuff. I'm reading a book on my Kindle. It is called The Queens of Crime by Marie Benedict, who I do love. I've read quite a few of her books, and it is about what's this one? Hello. That one. It's about a group of mystery writers in like the 20s, and it's all women mystery writers like Agatha Christie and then a few others who I honestly had never heard of, and they are all teaming together to solve an actual murder. So that is what I'm working on. It's really good, and yeah, but I'm really tempted to just like get a summary paperback to read this week. See if I can like find one on Amazon or go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow. Or I could just reread one that I have on my shelf, because I do have plenty that fit in that category. So I will think on that. I would like some coffee at this time. So let's make that happen. I was not planning on anyone coming to my house, so I was not planning on doing any cleaning, but it's fine. It's fine. It's always nice when the house gets clean. Right? My cold started with a sore throat, so I've been drinking honey cinnamon lattes the last week, and it's fabulous. This is my first iced one, though. I was just trying to get that honey in to my throat, but delightful. Happy Tuesday. I am in my pajamas. It is also almost 1 o'clock. Not because I've been lazy. Actually, I've been really productive, hence why I have not changed it yet. And now that it's 1 o'clock, I'm like, do I bother changing? Or are we're just having a pajama day? So I'm thinking we might just have a pajama day. We shall see. But I'm making food because I'm hungry. I just spent like over 2 hours working on getting the stuff ready for my ad situation. So I don't remember how much I've told you about it, but basically I hired someone to like help me get them started because I know nothing. She was like, how much do you know? And I was like, literally nothing. So we had a call where she like explained kind of what to expect, and we talked through like budget and my shop and everything. And then she sent me like a bunch of questions for me to fill out of like what are products that would be, you know, a good option for right now to run an ad to, like what the price ranges I have in my store and like all sorts of that kind of stuff. So I sent that, and then she sent me like a whole form of like so much information, which is great. So it's going through, and it had like, she looked through the things that I sent her, and then she was like, here are my recommendations for what products to, you know, try first. Here's, you know, what type of things that we're gonna send. She recommends 2 to 3 different like ads per product to see which one's gonna work the best. And so we did that, and then like going through and explaining what might be some good copy and what might be some good hooks and different things like that, which is really helpful because that was kind of like, I mean, I post on Instagram, so I know some of it, but it was really helpful to get like all of that information. So she sent me that whole huge document, and then I went through today and figured out what all, sorry. Not the empty coffee pod. I let it get too full and it wasn't coming out. So I went through that whole document, and then based off that, it was basically like, you know, here's what you need to do. So I needed to go through and make or find some like reels that I've done to make into ads, basically. So originally I had sent her some that had gone well. The problem is, honestly, I have been slacking, especially last year, but really the last 2 years. No, it's gonna be loud, sorry. Really let me let that finish. So, I have been slacking on my Instagram, especially the last year, but really last maybe 2 years or something. Like, I just haven't been doing amazingly with it. So I've been posting a lot of old things, or there were a lot of it. My problem I was finding was a lot of it was like too specific. So I would have reels that were like doing really well, but they were like, here's what we're doing this week in music class, you know, or it was like really seasonal and specific and different things like that. So that was really tough. And then I definitely think that one of the things that's going to help me going into this year is doing a lot more like B-roll videos, because I was having a really hard time finding anything like that. So I found like 3 or 4 videos of me either playing the piano while the kids were singing, but you can't see them, or playing ukulele, or like things like that, or me like typing out. And I think I'm going to need more of those, because those I think are going to be the easiest things to make reels out of, but also to make ads out of, because then you can add text over them. So that's something like going into this year, I'm like, okay, I need more B-roll videos of me doing like music teacher-y stuff, and especially if it's not specific to a certain time of year, because that is a problem I have. And then maybe also just some more videos of like products as we're using them. So, you know, just like spread out on the floor and stuff like that. I don't post anything with the kids in it, obviously, so that also makes it harder, because I have plenty of videos of, you know, what we're doing in class, but you can see the kids because I take those videos for school and for the kids and not to post. So that's kind of my spiel. But I think I'm good. I have a few options. I had to make a bunch of stuff, which took a really long time, like finding the correct, you know, videos to use, and, you know, trying to find product photos and videos from like 3 or 4 years ago when I made them, and trying to like just get that sorted and then get everything. Yeah, see, this is why I like my blog posts. I like my videos. Yeah, it takes, you know, an hour or two, but then I'm done. It doesn't take that long to make a short little thing. So whatever. I am trying out ads this year. That was on my bucket list to try. I just have never done it. I would like to see how it goes. I'm hoping It will help drive traffic to my store as well as drive traffic to my email list. I've been trying to find things where it's like, how can I make more money without doing lots of extra stuff? And so I'm hoping that this is going to be one way that I do that. So that's my spiel. I am going to make some avocado toast and I'm going to drink my coffee and I think I'm going to eat and watch TV, which I never do. Usually I will read, or when the weather was nicer, I would eat outside, but it's been really hot. Oh, it's only 89 today, actually. Problem is, it feels like temperature is always 10 degrees hotter, so it probably feels like 99. But alas, there we are. I do want to show you though my sunflower patch, because I think just one of the last few vlogs I was making my sunflower patch and they were like not even existent. It's been only like 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. I'll have to look, since I planted them from seeds. And I went out there this morning and there's a whole bunch of sunflower buds, and they are, 2 of them are taller than I am, which is really cool. Some of them are still really small. There's like a wide variety, which I did have different types, so I don't know if it just ended up being like different types, or if, I don't know, some of them just did not seem to be doing well, but like now they're kind of okay. I don't know. We're experimenting. We're having a good time, but I'm super excited about all the buds. I can see them like out the window, which is what made me think of them. So let's have some avocado toast and let's do some stuff, and let's eat. And then I think I might go sit in my craft room, do some painting. Maybe that's the vibe. Or maybe I do crafts. I have some crafts that I need to do in the kitchen. I should ponder. My plan is to spend pretty much the rest of the day in my craft room, which will work because I have quite a few things that are half finished. So we should finish some of those. These are little bee bowls that I made. So I need to finish painting them and cover them with Mod Podge so they'll be somewhat waterproof. I got one of these little things from Michael's. It's like a fake stained glass. I love these for like when you don't want to think, but you also don't want to just like sit and watch TV, because you know it just like tells you what color to do and all that. So that's like started. I'm taking a class, and so I need to finish the class, and then I have my book journal here because I wanted to finish some spreads. This I don't need to finish. This is a little ink pot my sister-in-law made me. She's a ceramics artist and art teacher. And then I started illustrating a poem that I use in class. So I've got like my references, and then I have well, I have 2 spreads, but this one I think the background's too dark. I like this a lot better because it just has a little more contrast. This one, it's like everything's the same values. I don't love that. So I'm gonna work on 1 or 2 or all of these. We shall see where the day leads us. Happy Wednesday. I was not expecting this video to go this long. Yesterday I did indeed spend the whole day in my pajamas because I worked all morning, and then I was like, well, you know, it's already afternoon, might as well. So I just had a pajama craft day and had a great time. I'll show you what I got done in a second. Then this morning I went and did a workout. I met my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law's wife, my sister-in-law had for some brunch, which is great. She and I get along really well, which is fantastic because we spend a lot of time with each other. And now we have like, it's like our ally at family things. Not that we need an ally because I get along with everyone, but we're like same age, very similar, so it's fantastic. Then we went to Hobby Lobby. She is an artiste and an art teacher, actually. And I got some clay crafting tools. Her ceramics is like her thing, so I wanted her opinion on what would be a good one. Really what I wanted was just this loopy tool, because usually I just use a plastic knife to like cut stuff. But when I want to like hollow out something to like make like a dent, I need that because I want to make like a palette, and so I need to like make little dents. So I got that. This was the real reason I went to Hobby Lobby though, is I needed mosaic cutters for a project I would like to do this week. I've wanted to do mosaics for like a year and I just hadn't done it. And then Michael's the other day had a bunch of stuff on super crazy sale. So I got like a tray mosaic kit and then like 3 stepping stone kits. But I was pulling them out and looking at them yesterday and I realized that some of the pieces were going to be bigger than I probably wanted. So I went ahead and got these, which again, I want to do mosaics. And that was like an easy entry point, which is what I like about a kit. It's like an easy entry point where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but here's all the things I need, but they didn't have cutters. So I got cutters. And then I also got a water bottle because here's the thing. At home, I use water bottles with just like a straw sticking out, right? But I can't do that going to school because you know what I do? I drop them and I make messes. So I need to have like covered. So I have some Brewmate ones, which I love. They've got the straw, but they like twist. So you can actually like, you can hold them upside down and they don't leak, which is great. However, I keep dropping them and denting them. And so all of them have like giant dents. One of them was like rocking. I had 2 and then I had to like get rid of one because it was literally rocking. And then the other one had a giant dent and that I've been using my husband's. But I was thinking, you know, $7 and we've got the flippy up. It's probably not leak proof, but it's at least closer than like something with a straw. And then I do like that it will close because mine have the straw sticking up. So $7 on the sale. And I have like silicone things on some of my straw cups. So I might put one of them on here to see if that helps me not destroy it. I dropped one of mine the other day and the top cracked. My husband was like, I don't know how you do that. And I was like this. I don't know. They just throw them on the ground. Oh, and then I got a needle threader for my embroidery stuff because I ordered one on Amazon and it broke. So there we are. And then after that, I went to the library because I had a library hold, 1. 2, I went to a different library that I normally go to because I just had never been there and I wanted to see what it was like. It was cute. It had like a little community garden outside and inside it had like glass rooms where people were working. There were a bunch of people in there like working on their laptops, a bunch of kids in there playing games, reading, like it was really cute. It was about half the size as the one I normally go to, so it probably won't become like my new favorite, but I wanted to check it out. It was really cute. So this is the book that I had on a hold. I just read another book by her called Babylonia. It was fantastic. Very gory. So, just a warning. It is set in ancient Assyria, so they are like cutting people's hands off and, you know, stuff like that because it's ancient Assyria. So, this is ancient Greece. So, I'm excited. I started reading this because then I went and got my oil changed. So I started reading it while I was getting the oil changed. And so far it's freaking me out because Clytemnestra is the sister of Helen of Troy. And as a teenager, I read like a book series about Helen as like growing up adolescent. And even though it was not like technically the myth in my brain, that's like exactly how it, like how she, like to me, I'm like, this is what happened, you know? And in here, in this one, the personalities between the two sisters are completely flip-flopped from those books. So I'm like, this is kind of messing with my head. But I mean, we don't really know what either of their personalities were, so it doesn't really matter. But it's just like messing with my head. And then I found this one. Also, same time period, but it's about Penelope. Ironically, you would think, oh, is it because you saw Odysseus? No, I didn't see Odysseus. 1. 2, I've always been into Greek myths. 3, I have actually read the Odyssey. And it has been really cracking me up. People online being like, no spoilers. I'm like, this book has been out for 3,000 years. There was an Arthur episode about it. Okay? There was, oh my gosh, what was the Jack Russell Terrier show? Oh, I don't remember. The show with the Jack Russell Terrier who would like dress up as all the different like things, and he would be like in all the stories, and they went through all the classic literature. Yeah, it's like the same thing as oh gosh, Wuthering Heights came out recently, and everyone was like, no spoilers. I'm like, this, you have not read the book? Like, it's been out for a very long time. Also, I didn't see that movie, but it looked very different from the book. Anyway, I also hit, our library does a summer reading for adults, which is fabulous. So I hit my summer reading, like, first checkpoint, and you get a prize. So I got to pick between a book and a book, like a tote bag. And so I got this one. So we shall see how it is. I don't know. Sounded fun. So, lots of books. I also have a book from Amazon coming soon. So that's exciting. And I also got the identification guides because they had all of these like fun little information sheets, and I was curious. So now we're gonna read about these. Anyway, I am probably gonna like just chill for a minute, maybe read more of that book. I just need, it was really hot getting my oil changed. Like, I just need a minute. Yesterday I wanted to start something new and I did not, because this has been the summer of finishing projects. You know, we finished, well, I didn't finish the children's book, but I finished it, sent it off, and then I'm waiting for someone to take it basically and then tell me what they want to change, which is why it's not finished. But it's finished enough to send off. So I finished that, finished the first grade curriculum, finish the blog post. So we're like finishing all these things, which is really exciting. I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, because I've been finishing all these things, which means we're making room for like growth and new things, which is really exciting. I have spent so long trying to finish the first grade curriculum, trying to finish my book. I've had like literally I've had the same things on my to-do list for a year now, and so I'm really excited to just like have those done and then be able to like do something new. So that's exciting. I need to kind of suss out what I'm gonna do, but I haven't gotten that far yet. But anyway, so I was working on finishing my little, these are bee watering cups, because apparently the bees cannot, make sense, bees can't drink out of like big things of water because they'll fall in and drown, so they need like little cups. So I made these little cups. Which one's my favorite? Yeah, this one I think is my favorite. It's like the best. It was the last one I did, so it's the most well made, because I started, you can see like just the difference between these two. I did 4, well, I did 5 of them. One of them broke. But just the difference between like the first one and the last one is wild. So I painted like the backs, and I need to just kind of like touch up the paint, and then I'll need to put a coat on top so it's waterproof. And then I painted the outside of my berry bowl. It's going to look like a blueberry, so I need to do the inside green to gather my blueberries off my blueberry bush. Although to be fair, I have only been getting like 1 to 3 a day. So usually I just go out and I pick them and I eat them. But it's fine. It's really tiny. It's new. I did have a strawberry, actually. I have a strawberry, and I have a strawberry flower, which is wild because it's July. I'm like, how? But there we are. So I worked on that, and then I worked on this painting, which is now almost done. I need to do the details on the branch, and then there's a butterfly I need to do, and then I will be done with that. Hallelujah. I've been working on that for a really long time. I purchased a course on like that art style, and so I've been like all summer basically. My mom and I were doing it together, which was part of the hindrance, is like we would do it like one Friday, and then like 2 weeks later we do the next step, like 2 weeks later we do the next step, so it's been taking a long time. But she is not available this Friday, so I just went ahead and took it home to finish because I wanted it to get done this week. So that's my spiel. I'm gonna chill. I am gonna work on these. I do still need to write emails because I did not do that yesterday. I didn't do much of, well, I feel like I didn't do much of anything. I did get those ads ready, and I also did crafting, and I also spent a lot of time laying on the couch. So, you know, it is what it is. I only have a few more days of choices before I'll have a lot to do. Could you stop sitting on the tripod? That would be fabulous. If you ever see the camera just like wobbling, it's usually because she's either walking by and hitting it, or she's like sitting on top of it. So that's what we've got going on. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do the emails. I would like to spend a lot of time at the pool. I hope the weather cooperates. And then I have 2 calls. I have a call with my ad person, and then I have a call with my coaching group. And then Friday, I think I'm gonna take myself to the beach. I have never gone to the beach by myself, but I was supposed to go with my sister-in-law today, and it didn't work out because she ended up getting an appointment that she's been like waiting for an appointment to open up, and it finally did, so that was good. I was like, no, you go. And we were supposed to go last week, but I was sick last week, so we didn't go. So I think I'm just gonna take myself, because why not? I'm just gonna like make myself a little charcuterie board, take my paints, take my books, not my library books. That has been the hardest thing about the library books, is that I don't want to get them wet, and so I don't want to read them at the pool or at the beach or in the bathtub, which is where I do most of my reading. So it did take me a lot longer to read than I thought it would, but yeah. So I think I shall wait and show you if I finish this, and then I'll probably say bye. So yeah, that's what I got going on. What? Hello. Hi. Oh, she's too short. You can't see her. Ugh. I know. It's funny. People are like, oh, what a big German Shepherd. She's the smallest dog we've ever had. So she's just like, I don't know. She's just petite for her breed. So I feel like she's very small. You're just a little pupper. You're just a little pupper. She's like, excuse you. How dare you? Won't you say hi? Say hi. You little bubble. Oh, this skirt I showed the other day, it is shorts. So, I love it. I shall link it down below. Oh, that's the other thing on my list today, is placing an Amazon order, because I'm not excited about school starting next week, but clothes do make it better. So I was like, let me get a couple things to just like start me off the year. But I'm like resigned this year to it. Like normally I am in denial until the night before. Last year I don't even think I packed my bag until the morning of. I don't like do not check my email, like nothing. Usually I'm like in denial. And this year, I don't know, we had camp, and then after that I was like, all right, I got 2 weeks. It is what it is. So it's kind of the vibe this year. It's what it is. It's fine. It's whatever. Which is good, because, again, normally I'm like, ugh, I don't want to. But here we are. So also, when I braid my hair, I get these like curly cues, and it's really funny. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because you're like, Becca, why? So I'm gonna go drink some coffee and chill. Alrighty. we have finished. I'm not super obsessed with it, but often that happens when I just stare at it too long. So if I come back tomorrow, hopefully I will like it a little bit more. There's like a few things that now I'm like, ugh, I wish I'd done that a little differently or made the color a little bit different. But overall, I think that's pretty cute. Right? Not bad for my first try. I purchased this course and then there was like a bonus course. And then she just released like a freebie that I automatically got because I was already in the like library or whatever. So I would like to do those two. I guess it's not my first try. I did do another like free course by her, but it was very different from this one. So I don't know. I like the branch. I think it's my favorite part. Now I need a frame. So anyway, I'm gonna go make some dinner and I'm gonna let you go, and I will see you in the next one where I will probably be back to teaching and trying not to lose my mind. My main goal for this school year is to not lose my mind. Like if I get through the whole year and I feel okay all year, I will take that as a win. That is all I want to do, is just make it through the year without losing it. So the bar is low. We'll see how it goes. Bye.